you about our new Relaunch Your Business in 5 Days challenge. Just checking the sound's coming through okay. Let's just see, there we go. Oops. Yep, sound's working okay. Right, hope you're able to join us today. As I say, this is day 3 in which I've been talking to you about our Relaunch Your Business in 5 days following COVID-19 disruption. But the reality is the tools and techniques that we're sharing with you are tools and techniques that we've used with lots of businesses in terms of helping them recover from difficult situations, recover from circumstances where maybe their businesses aren't performing as well as they wanted to. And we've talked about the 3 things that we encourage them to do all the time. Let me share my screen and get started with this. We talked about the 3 phases, and the 3 phases were first to have a review of your as-is, your current business model. The next is to understand and decide what works, what doesn't work, what needs to be reinvented. And the third stage, which we're going to talk about today, is that reinvent stage, the relaunch phase. And the relaunch phase is all about making live, getting live, the solution that you've put together, the new business model, the operating model that you've designed. Now, don't be afraid to shout me out some questions. If you've got some questions, let me know. I'll pick them up at the end. But let me, hi, Anahari, you tuned in every day. Hopefully you found it useful. So we talked about the review phase. And in the review phase, it was about putting together that business process diagram, that business process map, how you currently work. And the questions I asked you to talk about on that process was around, how do you deal with how do you reach your customers? How do you run your business if your doors are closed? How do you think about your supply chain? What happens if you can't reach your customers, deliver your customers? And what happens if your team can't come to work? So these are some of the common challenges that we've seen and a lot of people have been through. And then we talked about the reinvent phase. And in the reinvent phase, we were talking about how you're going to think about redesigning your business, redesigning your offering, and how you're going to redesign the way you deliver your service. And obviously, we use this approach for lots of organizations. At the moment, the whole focus is around COVID. And as COVID has disrupted people and businesses, then yes, it's how could you reinvent your business around after COVID. So let me just remind you of the things we talked about yesterday in this section. And that was talking about the reinvention phase, and it was talking about reinventing both your front office and reinventing your back office. And the course that we're sharing with you actually gave you 3 activities for your front office and 3 activities for your back office. So hopefully you've been signing up to that. We had 15 people sign up yesterday, which is pretty good. I'd love to see another 15 people sign up today. Because today I'm going to tell you about the final stage of this process, and that is the relaunch process. And I really want you to take this opportunity to relaunch your business as if it's a new startup, as if it's a new entity, as if it's got a new lease of life. Because if you turn up and think it's going to be the same as what you've done before, then most likely you won't have that same impact as what you had intended to give to your customers. So really treat it like a relaunch. Plan the relaunch. Think about how you're going to set your store up or your restaurant up. Think about the practicalities of social distancing. Think about the practicalities of how people are going to come in and queue up, or how your staff are going to deal with it as well. From a business point of view, we've learned so many things in the last 8 or 10 weeks in terms of virtual meetings, online meetings. So the question is really, which of those tools are you going to keep and which of those are you not going to keep? And, I want you to think about how the new business model is going to run and how it's going to practically run, because until you walk through that process yourself with your team, then it's possible that you don't fully understand the implications on your customers and your staff as well. So really plan that relaunch, think about it, and treat it as a relaunch of your business. Now, practically speaking, at the moment, we really need to be clear about the impact of safety at work and how your customers can come and feel safe. No matter what kind of a business you're in, I believe customers are expecting you to have signage up. They're expecting you to have sanitizers and sprays. They're expecting you to have masks and gloves. And they want to see this because they want to see that you are taking safety very seriously. And unless they can get that confidence from when they approach you, then I'm not sure that they will have that level of confidence when they come inside your business. So please take that part of this really seriously. It's important that you are seen as a brand that takes safety seriously. And, people who will be irresponsible at the moment or who won't be taking that part of the customer experience seriously, I think they will struggle. So really think about that. And there's no reason why you can't be running new campaigns. So run some new campaigns in terms of having some offers for when, people come into your business. Have some offers, have some ideas about these are the kind of things you're going to promote. Have some kind of a COVID buster, maybe. I don't know what you're going to call it. But, have some campaigns ready and ensure that your customers who are coming in can see that there is some kind of an offer available. They can see that there is something happening there for you, which gives them that bit of insight and gives them that understanding that, yes, we are seeing a new business, we are seeing a new launch, and let's get all of that thought about as a proper campaign, as a proper relaunch of your business. And the other thing I think you need to think about really seriously and closely is how are you going to deal with the initial practicalities of the first few days or the first few weeks of the relaunch. And the reason I'm saying that is because you're going to have to think about measuring things closely. Are people coming through quickly enough? Are people having any issues in store? Are you getting any supply issues or sales issues? Are there questions that your customers are asking you that you haven't foreseen? And you need to be able to gather that information and gather that data and then react to it as well. So measure things on the first few days closely and make sure that you're paying attention to what's working and what's not working, and then react accordingly. So really treat that relaunch as a relaunch of your business. And that's what I want to see and hear you doing. So, you need a plan for that, obviously. You need a thought process and you need a review process for that as well. So treat your relaunch like a relaunch. And, some of the things we've talked about, running some marketing campaigns, having a plan, having a measurement of that, and then considering really how you're going to deliver this in your new business situation in terms of how your customers are going to react and how your customers are going to behave with you. Okay, so the last thing for me to say then is that obviously I have shared out the link to the registration page for this. The full course we're making available as part of a 5-day course. You're looking at about a 30 to 40 minute investment every day, depending on how much time you put into this. But register for the course and you'll get access to all the course materials, which will allow you to take part in this activity over the next 5 days. And, the reality is you can do it faster if you want, but certainly we've planned it out as 5 days of activities. Now, if you have any questions on that, please reach out, let us know. I'm more than happy to help you and support you through that. I'll put the link up again at the bottom of the page in terms of where you can get access to the course, but feel free to register yourself and have a go at that. And by all means, check in with us. We're happy to throw in a one-to-one review with you at the end of the course, just to take your feedback and check how you've gone on and take it from there. So we'll end it there for today. I wish you all good luck, and I hope to see you soon, having tried out our 5-day challenge on how to relaunch your business following COVID disruption.